Hi, hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Today I want to talk about Libra coin, right? I really want to do a synthesis, right? And answering 4 questions actually. What is the good, bad, ugly, uncertain, right? And more importantly, is there any way you as a normal person can you benefit from the Libra coin? That's the key questions I want to answer. So let's quickly dive into it quickly then. First, positives, brand and ecosystem potential to drive adoption. Why do I say that now? Now look at this. So as a founding members of the Libra project, there are 28 companies, and this is all of them, right? Very, very huge names, as you can see. So huge, strong brand, right? A lot of it which we all know, including MasterCard, Visa, Stripe, PayPal, Spotify, Uber, Lyft, right? eBay. Those are the very, very famous names that everyone knows in the traditional consumer world. Yeah. So because of all this branding that they are launching, something that they call very similar to cryptocurrency, it will definitely, right, create awareness and catapult the names of Bitcoin, cryptocurrency to everyday normal people that would otherwise would have not, heard of Bitcoin or would otherwise not heard of cryptocurrency. So this definitely, the concept will definitely be introduced just by this way to all its customers of and 2 billion active users of Facebook. Yeah, so that itself, right, will have the strong potential to increase the adoption of crypto, because once people start realizing there is this Libra coin, that they may start asking as well, what is then Bitcoin, right? And then there will be all these questions, and when there are questions, right, then the people will find answers, and then they will basically discover that eventually that Libra coin is not scarce, not limited, whereas Bitcoin and the major cryptocurrencies are. And that is the key difference, right, that validate the merit of having something truly decentralized, truly limited supply, as in Bitcoin. So second is that low volatility. For now, it is backed by a basket of fiat currencies, right? Namely the major fiat money, USD, Japan yen, euro, and pounds, right? So it's the main reason that one of the big problems that Libra coin aim to address is that because it's low volatility. Because it is aimed directly at the huge roller coaster volatility of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, right? But so this is one side is positive, right? But we'll talk about the negative later. Why is that? Because so this low volatility is important for if you want to spend it as an everyday currency. That's what they tout now, right? Which in a way is true, right? But for now, yeah. So next is of course cost savings for customers. This is definitely the one that directly impact the customers most straightforward, right, and the most clear-cut way. They say that it will be low remittance fee, although it is not clear how low will this actually go, because for now it is still a very high level plan. There's still not a lot of details as in the pricing and so forth, right? So but then regardless, right, currently Western Union and the likes of remittance companies are charging migrant workers, who are the people who are the poorest, $25 billion per year. So this is a lot of savings potentially. But then again, it depends on how low the remittance fee can go. And because their aim or the ambition of Libra coins to be a major global currency, right? So there will be a 0 FX conversion. That means now, right, when you go travel, you will have to convert your local currency into the currency of that country that you are visiting, or convert to a USD, right, which is the reserve currency for now. So all this FX conversion, right, all the banks, all the companies, exchanges, they are charging you a fee, right? And all those fees combined is a huge sums, which is 1.5% of a global GDP, which is talking about trillions of dollars of money. Then all these, right, if it's saved, can really be reinvested into better means and other better projects that can benefit more people. The next one is, of course, talent. A lot of the people leading the projects are from PayPal, right, and who have a lot of experience with payments, right? So they understand how to make something truly great, right? How to make it very seamlessly pay across the global people. User experience, because of this talents as well, they should be able, and with all this, experience of Facebook, their execution ability and their user experience on Facebook itself, and even on WhatsApp and Instagram, right? So you can be sure, almost be sure that the user experience will be really, really good when they launched, right? So that itself is positive, but now let's look at the negative or the ugly side of it. So one key question I asked was, right, we want this video aim to address is how can you as a normal people benefit from this? Unfortunately, right, apart from the potential cost savings of lower remittance fee and zero FX conversion, you can't really invest in this, right? This is really a pay to play game, and this is really for the big boys. Why? Unlike Bitcoin or even Ethereum, Ripple, XRP, and so forth, where you can literally invest even just $10 or $100 and you can have a part to potentially profit from the upside of your investments, right? This Libra coin is really pay to play. You need to invest at least $10 million, right? That's how much all the founding companies are investing now. And you have to have a big market cap. Either you have a big market cap with your company, or you have to have a huge AUM. You're talking about billions of dollars of AUM just to have a part to play. So this is really a pay to play, and it's not for any small guys, right? It's not for you and me. We cannot invest in this upfront, definitely, right? Unless you have 10 million, or if and not only, or it's an and, you need to 10 million to invest, right, to be at the table, and you already need to have the track record, a strong company with billions of dollars. Yeah, so these are pay to play. So no, you cannot invest, you cannot benefit from potential upside like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, like XRP, and so forth. Now, so this also bring forth to the point where, right, because it is a pay to play, it is a very permissioned system for now. Yeah, so let's look at it. That's in the third point later. The other big concerns is that a lot of the people, right, are very concerned because Facebook itself, which is the leader of the project, they have a very, very huge dent in their privacy track record, because of a lot of user data are leaked, right? And because of that, a lot of people have actually exited Facebook. But still, so now in this project, they're trying to limit their control in it. They basically want to have a lot of people, right? Currently it's 28 founding members. Eventually they want to increase that to 100. So each person, each company, each big companies have 1% stake, and each of them will be running one node. So there will be like 100 miners, so to speak, right? And you see, and so they're trying to distribute a bit of that power of that voting rights, right? Now, but still, the key question to ask is, what is it for them? How will they benefit? That's really the key question that you need to ask, right? In anything that involves money, what is in it for the people who are offering you that service? And in this case, it seems what they're saying now is that, so this coin, how it works is that you have to pay the company, right, or this Libra association your fiat, right? So you have to pay them your fiat, then you will get the Libra coin to use. And when you redeem your coin, means if you return back their coin, they will give you back your fiat, and they will burn that coin. So that's how the mechanism works. Now, how then these companies benefit is that they are going to get, so when you give them fiat, right, that pool of money that is sitting with them, they are going to earn an interest on all those money. So this money will be sitting in one bank account, right? It will be sitting in one entity. Perhaps they are splitting it into various banks, but still it is in banks. Yeah. The other thing that they're earning is the transaction fee. So they're going to charge you for the remittance fees, right? But it's just don't know how much yet. It's going to be low, they said, but still we don't know how much, right? And I'm not sure whether there's any FX conversion still, right? Because there currently is only 4 major currencies. So there may be still a little bit, but very, very low FX conversion, I think. But still, so there's the transaction fees that they're earning, and it's going to be an interest on the total pool of fiat money that they have, right? Because they issue you the coin, you give them the fiat money. So in a way, it is very, very profitable for them, right? And who knows what else are they going to monetize, right? Because I think, if you look at all these companies, right, they all are very, very huge on data, especially if you look at the big ones, right? MasterCard, Visa, Stripe, PayPal, Uber, right? Uber have a huge ecosystem, and why they want to offer all these things so free, right? Look at Facebook, how they start. They offer a lot of services free because they want to monetize the data at the end, and that is super powerful. And now, can you imagine Facebook, which is a lot of the user data, right? A lot of the personal data, and now that with this Libra coin, they're all going to combine with your financial data, right? Financial transaction data. So they really will know a lot, even much perfect information about their customers, about the users. So this itself, right, can be very lucrative means to even, to advertisers and so forth. Yeah. So that itself is very good. Now, again, the privacy is a big concern. Why? Although they said that, right, they will really try to limit their release of the data, they will basically be, strong commitment to protecting customer privacy, as you can see in this slide. But they're saying that there are limited cases where they can, right, and they will give out information because they say they want to protect the users, right, or preventing fraud, criminal compliance with law, payment processing and service providers. See, when you authorize a payment, we share data with third party necessary to process that transaction. We also share Calibra. Calibra is the wallet. Customer data with managed vendors and service providers, including Facebook. So that means, in a way, they still can share your data around, right? So that this itself is really the big concerns, right? And no surprise when there was a Twitter user going by the name of Gerd, right? He actually did a survey on Twitter, and 3,600 people replied within 3 days, and it basically said they do not trust this Libra coin, right? They trust even the banks more than the Libra coin. So that itself tells you, right, the level of trust people have. So next, right, of course, the other big thing is although they call themselves like a cryptocurrency, right, but really it is more a digital currency. It is not decentralized, it is not permissionless. So as I've said, right, to be a part of, to be able to gain like a miner in Libra coin, you have to have a lot of huge money. So it's really a big pay to play game, right? You need to have $10 million, you need to have a huge market cap company, or you have to have a huge asset under management in your company. And so because of that, currently the validators, the 28 companies as the founding members, they need to pay $280,000 per annum just to maintain the cost of running this, verifying the transactions and so forth. So this is like how much does it cost for a miner to maintain the operation in Bitcoin? Is very cheap, right? It's definitely not this amount of money, and it is also right to be able to run a node on Bitcoin, for example, it's just you need to buy that machine, right? Which is just like, I think it's just a few $100s now, right? Whereas it's $10 million in this case of Libra coin. The other thing it is not permissionless is that it is also not decentralized, is that the reserves of money, that means when you pay the fiat to actually get the coins, all this money that they are collecting, they call it reserves, right, is basically sit in banks, right? So because of that, it has a very high chance of being attacked by hackers, right? So because of that, it is not decentralized, it's not permissionless, and that is the big huge difference, right, with something like Bitcoin and major cryptocurrencies, right? Why is permissionless important? Because it is very easy to be attacked by any government that wants to shut it down. So very a case in point is clearly in the case of Libra coin, where just one day after launch, right, it has been hugely attacked by a lot of governments in Europe, right, in Germany, in Europe, where they said actually they need to really look at this. They need to the company representatives need to appear in a Senate hearing before they can actually continue the project. They need to stop this temporarily, right? But we're not sure how this will play out, but definitely this is a huge thing that clearly highlight, right, that in a centralized project like this, they are a very clear people that the government can go after if they want to ban it, right? So the other thing is not truly global. Again, unlike the major cryptocurrencies, although the ambition they said is to really reach out to people who are truly unbanked, people who are, almost 2 billion people who do not have access to the banking system that most of us in developing have, right? Developing countries have. Why? Upfront, they already said because they want to comply with regulations, and because of that, they will not have they will not exist in countries like sanctioned by the US, like North Korea, like Iran. They will not be in countries where the government are banning cryptocurrencies like India, and they will not be in countries where Facebook does not exist because Facebook's banned like China. So these are huge countries with huge population, right? The two biggest country in terms of population are there, and they are not going to be present. So how can you say this is a truly global, true cryptocurrency? So it's not. So it has that, again, it is a border, it is a border resistance, right? So unlike the real crypto, which is like Bitcoin, it is truly borderless, right? It can exist in all these countries globally. And lastly, because it is backed by fiat, right? And in the future, we do not know what they want to include in it. But definitely for now, all this fiat money that they are including in their backing of this Libra coin is subject to the same problems, which is inflationary concerns as of fiat, right? Because fiat, the problem why Bitcoin exists is really because of this major inflationary concerns, because of the unlimited ability, right? The government can just print the fiat anyhow, any amount they like, right? Then that basically leads to eroding value, that your fiat is losing value every day. And that basically means, right, you can buy less with the same amount of dollars that you have. And that actually is eating away the wealth of the people, actually. But by Libra coin, by backing with the same fiat money, it just have the same inflationary concerns, right? And that is the biggest thing I can see. But still, although they have a big plan out, there's a lot of huge white papers out there that they've published, there's still a lot of questions, and this is the uncertainty I want to highlight, right? So will Bitcoin be included in the basket of currencies in the future? If it will, it's great. But for now, it is definitely not. Why is it great if it will? Because then you are basically, right, they are definitely helping the adoption. They're definitely bringing Bitcoin to even more mainstream people with the huge client base that they all have now, right? Then, will Libra coin be exchangeable easily with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies? Now, if it is, that means basically if Libra coin can be easily traded with a Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, then it'll be really big, huge benefit for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Why? Because then you can easily exchange your Bitcoin into like a stable coin, Libra coin, and then you can spend those Libra coin. And if it is, then that will be definitely good for crypto. But again, all this remain unknown for now. And how much are the fees? You're talking about how much are the remittance fee? How low does it go? How much is the FX fees? I think they will be still, apart from the interest that they're earning on the reserves of the fiat that you keep with them and the transaction fee, how else are they monetizing? I think that they will still monetize the sales of your data eventually, and that is one of the big issues, I think. But again, we don't know. What is the path from permission to permissionless? They seem to indicate that because for now it is permissioned, they just say for now it's permission. That means they seem to indicate that in the future it will be permissionless, but who knows? They haven't charted out a clear path, no timeline, and they also acknowledge that it will be very challenging in terms of economic, in terms of technical, in terms of governance perspective, right? And really, is FB part of the government? We don't know. But the fact that one day after it launched already it's been bashed by so many governments seem to indicate it's not. But is it a play, right? Is it just a ploy? I don't know, right? Really, no one knows about this. But again, back to the question of then, how can you as a normal person benefit? Is that the other thing I didn't put in writing here is that they, as part of the innovation, that they are creating a new programming language called Move, MOVE. And this, right, they also have a smart contract component on it. And basically that means, right, if you wish to launch your own projects or launch your own cryptocurrency or digital currency on top of this Libra platform, you can. You just have to learn Move programming language, and then you can actually create something. You can create a smart contract of your own. So that itself is another potential way that potentially you can make money. But again, we don't know how big or when will Libra coin or Libra project will really take off, right? Because now that it's being temporarily banned, we need to see when it's going to take off and how big this will become. Then these are the potential ways. So 3 ways, right? One is, of course, directly you can get lower remittance fees, lower zero to low FX conversion. That's that direct. But you cannot pay to play. So yes, you cannot be a miner in this project, right? Unless you have $10 million and you have a huge company behind you, And the other thing you can still benefit is the move. You can learn to create something, a move, and then roll out to huge billions of potential captive customer base already, right? Because you have already Facebook, Uber, Lyft, and so on as your captive customer base that will definitely, at least you have a chance to be in front of all these billions of users already captive. So yeah, that's what I have for today. Hope you enjoyed this, right? Leave a like, subscribe. Definitely subscribe, right, for good episodes like this in the future, and let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Hope you're having a great day and all the best in your crypto journey, or if you're not, right, perhaps now is the good time to really consider, because you already have big names, right, coming to adopt and create something very, very similar and definitely inspired by Bitcoin. Thank you so much for your time.